Wolfenstein II has some of the most surprisingly poignant and interesting moments for a first-person shooter.
Finger on the trigger.
No. No. I won't do it.
Now.
No. You can't make me.
Wolfenstein II is the follow-up to the very well-received Wolfenstein: The New Order back in 2014 and is a linear, story-based first-person shooter that will take you somewhere between 10 and 15 hours to complete. There is no cooperative play and no multiplayer. It's focused exclusively on a very tightly fit, down-home story. It's exciting, hard, vulgar, funny, and at its best, incredibly immersive and engaging. Welcome to the review of Wolfenstein II: The New Colossus. Wolfenstein 2 plays kind of like an old-school shooter that ran headfirst into a quirky action movie from the 70s. The game opens up as a direct continuation from The New Order, with BJ having survived, just barely, a nuclear explosion that everyone believed would surely kill him. He is rescued by a group of surviving Resistance friends, but is gravely wounded. You begin the game desperate to escape the Nazi threat, gunning down soldiers in a wheelchair until you find some power armor to stand on your own 2 feet. But of course, things don't go as planned. Some bad shit goes down and you barely escape to the hidden Resistance ship with one goal in mind: to stop the Nazis from taking over the damn world. This story sounds like nothing fancy on paper, for sure, but it's the way it's told that is the true gem here. Wolfenstein 2 is broken up into levels that range somewhere between 15 and 30 minutes long. When you beat the level, it's cutscene time. BJ and his gang of unique personalities are the supporting legs of this story, and each character does a really good job jumping out at the screen. You've got Grace, the black Resistance lady, who's hella funny and she's got the afro. You've got Sigrun, the Nazi that doesn't want to be called a Nazi. You've got Anya, the lover of BJ, Horton, and of course BJ himself, providing a standout performance. Each character is incredibly unique, and many have very big personalities that you won't forget. How Bethesda has managed to make them shine is through symbolism and character development, and it's so important and well done here. At the start of the game, BJ's mother gives him a ring that symbolizes something very special between them, and like a good movie, it circles back later on, during a moment of contention with one of the game's main villains. Yeah, I'm talking about this creepy-ass bitch. This character is so awesome. You also get a chance to find out why BJ's past is so effed up and why his father hates him so. Halfway through the game, this shotgun comes back into the scene during a critical cutscene that you will not forget. As the story develops and the game touches on these established symbolisms, it also hits you hard with subject material. Wolfenstein 2 shies away from nothing, and you should be warned. This is a game about white supremacy during a time of racial degradation. You will hear the N-word very early on in the game, as well as some nasty shots taken at, of course, Jews. Nothing is left off the table. In fact, BJ's childhood story and strife with his father focuses exclusively on the notion that white people should have nothing to do with colored people. But, serious as that sounds, the actual undertones to Wolfenstein 2 are both crude and humorous.
Oh my God!
It makes for a dozen-hour or so journey that's filled with all sorts of crazy moments, perfectly accenting the sci-fi spin-off Nazi story told in the game. Now, the second pro with Wolfenstein 2 is what I'm calling the feels. The gameplay in Wolfenstein 2 is up there with some of the smoothest, most butteriest, satisfyingest in any first-person shooter. It's 1 part New Order and 2 parts Doom reboot. In the new Colossus, things are really hectic and super fun. Part of the transition into the sequel comes in the accelerated movement speed provided by BJ's new augmentations. Combat is ferocious, fast, deadly, and incredibly fun. Every single gun in this game feels good and has some really great weight and player feedback. You can really feel the power of the shotgun or the Shockhammer, especially when you deck it out with triple shot. The great thing about the combats is that the enemies have appropriate bullet sponginess. Basic enemies go down fast, but not too fast. Armored enemies and vehicles take a long time to kill, but it's not overbearing whatsoever, it just feels right. It's a very important element because a certain amount of momentum is encouraged in Wolfenstein II. I had the most fun in this game when I was charging in full apeshit ham, gunning down enemies and ramming into Nazis, turning around to melee kill other enemies with my axe, and then only stopping to reload. It's a great flow brought on by fantastic level design. The levels in Wolfenstein II are linear, yeah they are, yet they are peppered with secret passageways and alternate routes that you can take depending on what special equipment you have selected halfway through the game. So this is the basic gameplay loop. Watch a fantastic cutscene, hop into a level, rampage or stealth your way through it with your chosen contraption, solve some basic puzzles, battle through a horde of enemies on your way out, and boom, next cutscene and next level. And boy oh boy does the game look juicy good while you're doing that. The lighting is amazing, the explosions and the fire damn near lifelike, and the world design is amazing. It's one of the best looking games of the year. It's just too bad that the eyebrows in this game look like dog doo-doo. The biggest issue I had with this game was the where the hell do I go moments. It seems like in every single level you'll come to a point where the game demands you to figure out something. Maybe you have to use a crane to get from one side of the room to another.
I need to power up this overhead crane.
Or push a train to move on to the next area. Other levels find that you break something or find a ventilation shaft or blow something up in a specific wall, but often this kind of figure out where I want you to go design kills the flow of the game for me. These were the moments where I had the least fun, where I would get into a vicious gunfight, stop to reload and get ready for the next one, but then I have to circle around like a clueless idiot to find out what I was supposed to do next. Honestly, it just feels like padding to me, and I would have preferred the game to just keep its foot on the gas rather than to fill the empty space with pointless downtime. I also didn't care for the central hub area, where once again the game played the where do I go card. After completing missions, you're sent back to the Resistance HQ where you can chat with friends, stock up on ammo, and when you're ready, launch the next mission. But only when you find the person you need to talk to or object you need to interact with. If there was a decent map in the game, this wouldn't be a problem, but the map is awful and pretty terrible, like something a 5th grader would draw. You can press the G key on the keyboard to display a hint of where to go, but it's usually not marked on your map. Once again, it feels like pointless downtime when all you want to do is keep the story going. This isn't a deal breaker on its own, but is exacerbated by Wolfenstein II's horrendous crashing.
And I think we just crashed. Second strike. Do I really have to email the press company right now and see what the hell's going on?
In 12 hours of gameplay, I have recorded 29 hard crashes on 2 different setups, my main PC and my gaming laptop. I don't know if this is an isolated incident, but I feel it's my obligation to at least notate it. I did do my due diligence and email Bethesda my concerns and my diagnosis files and followed all of their recommendations for fixes. Nothing has worked and the crashes remain constant and my drivers are up to date. I've been informed that a patch is in the works, but as of the 26th, I am still encountering major crashes every single time I play the game. Wolfenstein II is one of my favorite games of the year, hampered only a little bit by padding and some technical issues. The game itself is fiercely enjoyable, the gunplay is top-notch, and the story is superb. Thus, the final verdict for Wolfenstein II: The New Colossus is a buy at full price $59.99 US. Linear games don't come around very often, and this is certainly one worth the price of admission. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day, and let me know what you think of Wolfenstein 2 below in the comment section. We'll see you guys in our next video.